I'm George Reister. He's Ralph Amsden, and this is Reister or Wrong. So today is light on the sports, heavy on the life, heavy on the funny though. You guys can hit us up 818-293-7547 or shoot us an email. I'm at IMMAD at unafraidshow.com. First thing up, Kyrie Irving. Listen, this dude went off last night and literally went off last night. He killed it on the court and then killed the fans and then killed the press conference, just murdered dead. Um, what happens when you murder things dead in the bedroom? Then you can put a dope sign up in your house when you put it for sale. And what happens when you murder your back on a bedpost? Well, TikTok has the answer. And what happens when you murder praise and worship on a plane? Says make a joyful noise. What happens if it doesn't sound so joyful? I'm George Reister. He's Ralph Amsden. This is Reister or Wrong. So we will start with Kyrie Irving. The Boston Celtics playing the Brooklyn Nets last night. And the game was in the bag, right? The game was in the bag. Celtics ended up winning 115 on 114 in what was one of the best awesome play with Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum. But that ain't the story of the game.
And why? And you said you still probably would have chewed him out after
Who?
for making that Marcus Smart
Oh,
for passing up two open shots to make
yeah.
a cross lane pass with 2 seconds left.
But it worked. That's all that matters is that it worked. Listen, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Okay, so it was Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving, who left Cleveland, went to Boston, said, I'm re-signing here. I'm gonna stay here. It was like, never mind, peace out. I'm on my way to Brooklyn. Unceremoniously on the way out, he barely even played in Boston. He was hurt more than he wasn't. And now he's out there absolutely. He looks like the fact that he was not on the 75 greatest players of all time list feels foolish. And I think that people left him off because he's been hurt so much. But all time, there's not 30 guards. There's not 20 point guards, 15 point guards in the history of the NBA that are more skilled than Kyrie Irving. But
It's
I,
it's 75 greatest players, not 75 most skilled players.
yeah, but and I do think that he did. I do believe that he deserved to be left off the list because he hasn't played enough, right? Like if he had been healthy his entire career, he would have easily been on the top 75 list. Because
Sure.
when
Yeah.
because when you look at him play now, he's one of the five best players in the NBA.
Hmm.
So
When he's on. When he's on.
yeah. So now, yesterday he's playing in TD Ameritrade Stadium at his old team. Boston hates him. Boston fans are already assholes to begin with. And then, we've heard about all the N words. Heard about what Bill Russell went through, all the way up until stuff that recently people have gone on with the Red Sox and all of this stuff. So now, Kyrie's there. Fans, it's the playoffs. Intensity. Calling them all types of names. And Kyrie, he went full DGF. He giving people the bird. Saying F you, everything, right? And now, is that fair or foul, Ralph? And did Kyrie, who's fasting for Ramadan, did he react so negatively because he's hangry?
He reacted. I won't say he reacted negatively. I would say that he reacted like a normal human being in a circumstance like Baker Mayfield described, where people come to your office and boo the shit out of you. I think he just react like a normal human being. Like he doesn't like it. He obviously doesn't like that place. That's why he left. He doesn't like those fans. He doesn't like that team. He's done plenty of stuff to rile them up. He definitely deserves some of the blame here. But I just think he's having normal reactions, which I think it's important to note that he's a normal guy having normal reactions, which means all that other stuff is supremely performative. He's not Zen. He's not on some higher plane of social or religious consciousness. He's a basketball player. And this is my point I want to make, and I think it's as important as a nobody's opinion can be. I think that Boston is good for Kyrie Irving. because I think he's so good and gets so easily bored with this thing that he happens to be one of the most skilled tradesmen in history at this very specific thing. I think that he gets bored, and I think he needs 20,000 people calling him an idiot
Yeah.
in order to get him to completely check in. And this weekend he was checked in. I mean, they really probably should have won that game. He was balling out. But
Yeah.
the good news is they got a superstar on the bench that averages 2 points a game. So they only lost by one. Ben
What
Simmons comes back and he gets his 1 bucket a game, and that's the difference.
well, he would have helped them get more stops too. So don't do that. And here's what Kyrie had to say after the game.
It looked like there were a couple times where you gave the fans the finger. I'm curious, was there anything that you thought crossed the line today, and are you the kind of guy that gets motivated by kind of going back and forth with the fans? Do you kind of use that internally as something to fire you up?
Look, I mean, I'm just where I'm from. I'm used to all these antics and people being close nearby. It's nothing new when I come into this building, what it's going to be like, but it's the same energy they have for me, and I'm going to have the same energy for them. And it's not every fan. I don't want to attack every fan, every Boston fan, but, when people start yelling pussy and bitch and fuck you and all this stuff, it's but so much you can take as a competitor. And, we're the ones expected to be docile and be humble and take a humble approach. Nah, fuck that's the playoffs. This is what it is. I know what to expect in here, and it's the same energy I'm giving back to them. It is what it is. I'm not really focused on it. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? And like again, where I'm from, I've dealt with so much. So coming in here, you relish it as a competitor. And this is, I'm going to keep repeating myself when I say again, but this isn't my first time in TD Garden. So what you guys saw and what you guys think is as entertainment, or the fans think is entertainment, all is fair in competition. So if somebody's gonna call me out of my name, I'm gonna look at them straight in the eye and see if they really about it. Most of the time, they're not.
Kyrie, to that point, do you feel
Kyrie coming hard.
I'm going to look him right in the eye and flip him off behind my head.
So here's the thing. NBA players regularly do this. They interact with fans. They just usually do it a little more discreetly. He was like, "Damn the discretion." Yeah. I don't mind the cry, tears, all of that. But the bird, see, because there are kids watching at home on television, all of that stuff. So you got to be, real slick about it. And because you can't flip a bird on television, otherwise people are going to see it. Now, talking to the fans in the stadium, I have no problem with that, because they're coming at you. You can go back at them. Kevin Durant does it all the time. LeBron, KD, Westbrook. All of them do it.
Yeah.
So I just think that his discretion or lack thereof was the issue here. I have no problem with anything that he said to anybody on the court, including this when he was walking into the locker room.
You're gonna have to move out of the way, please.
Hey, listen, if you're going to yell at somebody, tell them that they suck, you're going to yell them F you and all that stuff. Listen, you got to be prepared for what comes back. So I have no problem with what Kyrie did. I have a problem with Kyrie's discretion. He's got to see, so when he's walking, I have zero problem with what he said when he walked to the locker room, because that's not a time where you're on camera, you're expected to be filmed, all of that kind of stuff. But now, would I be happy if that were my son doing that? No, not really. I'm like, son, come on, man. We we gotta have a little more tact than that, baby. And we don't necessarily have to use that language. But I don't have a problem.
Didn't he just say the magic words though?
What?
Isn't SMDB? Isn't that like the on-site fighting words? Like when you see two guys arguing in the street, that's typically the phrase that sets off the first punch.
Yes.
Right?
That's definitely one of the magic buttons. But the dude, he wasn't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight anyway.
I always wondered about it because it feels like SMDB is in black culture the thing that sets off a fight, and
It
then
is that there's no takebacks after
in
that. You
yeah,
you
and then
must do something.
what is it in white culture?
I have no idea.
It's either intentional or unintentional spit leaving your lip and landing on their face.
Oh my God, dude!
It's
In
spit.
black culture, you could get a murder for that, bro. You could catch a body for that. Um, but see, there's a lot of people that are like, oh my God, Kyrie should never do this and that, bro. Sometimes fans relish this. They actually say these things
They
because
cheered.
because they like the fact that they respond. Think about how New York Knicks fans look at Trey Young. They hate Trey Young, right? But also they love Trey Young. Like
They
they
want
want
to
to,
go there to hate him.
yes, they want to be there when Trey Young is in town. Michael Jordan, when he was playing, and you go and he would go play the Pacers in the playoffs. They hated Michael Jordan, but would they have wanted anybody else to be there? They would have paid more for their tickets because Michael Jordan was going to be
Oh,
there.
absolutely, absolutely. I
Yeah.
remember going to a game as a kid. I remember going to a Suns game, and spring training was going on. I want to say, so Jordan was playing baseball at the time, and he came in with Bo Jackson and sat like courtside at a Suns game. And I remember being like 200 yards from him, and I couldn't even focus on the game. It was like a different feeling, different energy in the arena because we hated that guy so much. But when he wasn't on the court, none of us knew what to do.
Yeah.
Nobody said shit to him. A few people asked for autographs and stuff like that. But like, and so it makes you wonder: is it so bad in Boston that Kyrie couldn't just like sit in the stands when he's done playing?
No.
Is it and New York, like they would all take photos with Trey Young if they saw him on the street. Every single person that hates Trey Young would have a cheesy grin selfie, and then when they post it on Facebook, it just say "F this dude,"
Yes,
but they be
exactly.
smiling in the picture.
Exactly. Because the thing that makes people marketable and lovable out in life and people who make the most money are polarizing. You need
Yeah,
you need just as many, well, you don't need just as many, but you need enough people to hate you and want to see you fail as you do people who want to see you do well. You know what I mean? Like during the elections and during like big times, right? I flip through different news stations. Sometimes I watch news stations knowing that I'm going to want to throw things at the television just because I want to see what the people are going to say on the television about a particular event. I do it on purpose, and if I do it, I know that I cannot be the only person on earth that does this. And I mean, think about Floyd Mayweather. People hate
oh,
Floyd, dude.
I'm one of them.
So, but if he's fighting, you're watching because the whole point of Floyd fights, and Floyd understands this, is to build his opponent up enough to where people actually believe that he can lose. And then he doesn't. But people, because sports has happened so many times, I mean, because we've watched sports for so long, we saw Buster Douglas knock out Mike Tyson. We have
Right?
seen improbable outcomes. So we
Yeah.
know, especially in combat sports, that these things are that you can get outlier results because Antonio Tarver knocked out Roy Jones Jr. He wasn't even looking. He closed his eyes, his head was ducked, and he knocked him out with it. So we understand these things, and it doesn't mean Antonio Tarver is a better fighter than Roy Jones. But sometimes, listen, broke clocks are right twice a day. I mean, Michigan lost to Appalachian State. Washington just lost to Montana. Oh well, never mind. It may not have been.
You
They
got
may
to
have
bring
just
that
been
up.
the better.
That's
They
what
may
this
have
whole
just been the
segue
better
was
team.
about.
So, um, you know, so Arizona lost to Northern Arizona. It happens, bro.
Yeah, but the thing about this series with Kyrie and the Celtics is there is no clear, like, this could have been an Eastern Conference Finals matchup,
Yes.
and so they're there. They're going to be there no matter what. Boston fans have showed up as long as there's been basketball. But I wonder, because I do feel like it's good for Kyrie. I think it actually keeps him engaged. However, is this good for Boston? You think Boston like plays better, has better energy? Do you think it's a mutually beneficial rivalry?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Boston
Yes.
sort of can only come out looking bad.
Oh, the city of Boston?
Yeah, and just like the whole
because
Celtics fandom.
because if they keep it up, they are playing into the Celtics, history. I mean, so the alternative that Kyrie could have done is he could have went to, yo, can you kick them out of the game? He could have went there. He could have gone full, listen, they need to be removed. They are, going over the line as far as what they're saying to me, blah, blah, blah. He could have went that direction, which other players have done. But instead, he was like, nah, cool. Hey, listen, people think, as 50 Cent said, people think that I want problems. I don't want any problems. But if you say you want a problem, I say, no problem. That's what Kyrie did. He said, I don't want no problems. But if you say you want a problem, no problem.
I wonder what the extent of the hate is from Boston fans. Like, if you're a Celtics fan and you're going to these games, do you want the Celtics to drop one in Brooklyn so you get a third
just
chance?
So you can get back? Hell no. Hell no.
Boo his ass off the court in a
Yes.
4-1 series.
Yes. Dude, this series is going to be good. Brooklyn should have won that game last night. And I'm rooting for Brooklyn in this series because you already know why.
I don't.
Because I like KD. I like KD and I like
Wait. What's the real reason?
What do you
just
mean?
want them to be better than they would have been with Harden. This all comes I knew it. Everything always comes back to anything that can make James Harden look bad.
What do you mean?
He doesn't already do enough of that himself.
What are you talking about? No, I didn't bring up James Harden. You brought up James Harden.
Okay. I was like, wait. Why do you care if Brooklyn
When did I talk about James Harden? You just brought him up. I didn't say anything about him today.
Would they have won? Would they have won if he was on the court last night?
Absolutely not.
You said he would have been a net negative?
Yes. Well, I actually no. They may have won because it was a game 1. Had it been a game 7, absolutely.
All right, I'll give you that.
Or a game 6 that was a closeout. Absolutely not. All right. Now, what happens after you go to TD Ameritrade and your team wins and you are very excited when you go home, you've had a few drinks, and then you list your property on Zillow for $420,000 in Onalaska, Wisconsin. The Twitter account Zillow Gone Wild posted one. It said that this house is a good example of what happens when your Michael's obsession goes too far. So nice, cute house. It's immaculate on the inside, craftsman style, wood everywhere, custom signs, and then you have a sign that says, "Welcome to Poundtown" above the bed. Ralph, I got no problem with this. Dude, if you're a single man, or if you're a single woman, or if you are married, I am okay with this altogether on every single level. Because if you're a single woman and that's above your bed, listen, you're just living, you're just putting it out there like, yo, hey, But that doesn't make you a whore. That doesn't make you anything
What
like
is going
that
on
because you
right
could
now?
be very, very exclusive. You could be
Okay.
very, very exclusive about who you let in Pound Town. But the fact that you know, hey, that sets the expectation when you walk in there. Bro, like you better be ready. This is Pound Town. And then if it's a husband and wife, that just keeps it super sexy, everything. And if you're a single man, that's either a warning sign. So it's like, yo, if you
Oh my
walk in
god.
here, this is Pound Town. So you're like, listen, I think I want to leave Pound Town. Or or it might be a cue for her to be like, listen, I don't like visiting Pound Town. I want to visit, a sensual city. That's where I want to visit. I don't want to visit Pound Town. I want to visit sensual city. So listen, I got no problem with the sign.
I'm like, I feel like my cheeks are all red and everything right now. Okay, let me address this very important topic that is going viral on the internet. First of all, it took me a second because this is a much nicer house than the Zillow Gone Wild account usually posts. Like
Yes.
some people have the most absurd and eclectic tastes in the world, and they just list their house like that. I remember
like
last
like
year
you
when we,
didn't think that you should change this with shag carpets and a sunken in
yeah,
living room.
I wish this account existed last February when we were looking for places in the southeast to move to, and there was one home in rural Georgia that just had an entire room of old, beat up like ceramic dolls. It's like a haunted doll room. Uh, that would have been that'd have been nice to forward along to that account back then. It's been a fun follow. It's been one of the more fun follows of the last year. But this just seemed like a normal house, and then you get to that bedroom and you look at the sign above the bed, and it's in the like Toontown font from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and it says "Welcome to Pound Town." Now that this is Wisconsin, this is a town of like $18,000 or 18,000 people. What it it means what it means, right? Like there's not a thing we're missing here. There's not like some city named Pound Town that this is their uh tourist slogan, tourism slogan. Like there's nothing else. Like it could only mean what it means, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you already know when you go in there what it is.
Do you think because your wife's into real estate, do you think that this is some like crafty realtor trick to throw up a goofy sign that will get people's attention, get a ton of eyeballs on a home?
No,
Or
I
like
think
you
that
just
this
think,
is I think this is really what they have in their home.
in an immaculately classy and well staged home, these well adjusted people have have a sign above their bedroom headboard that says "Welcome to Pound Town." You
Why?
don't think it's maybe like a prank of like one of their friends who snuck in like a Hobby Lobby style farmhouse sign and they just didn't notice? It's you think it's definitely two normal people, Dick and Jane, go to work every day, come home, and where they lay their head at night is Pound Town.
Yes. Dude, have you seen Billions? Have you seen Billions?
Okay, well this isn't billionaires giving in to their every whim. This is on Alaska, Wisconsin,
I mean, I'm just
on
asking, have you
an
seen
acre and a half.
Billions?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what Chuck Rhodes is into, right?
Yeah, but there's no sign above the
Ex-
headboard.
have we ever seen his bedroom with his now ex-wife?
No.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, okay, but people kind of keep that under wraps. They don't have professional photos taken of their "Welcome to Pound Town" sign. Do you think the room lives up to the hype, or do you
Oh,
think it's ultimately a source of disappointment? Also, it's a 3,600 square foot house on an acre and a half. They have kids. They got to be just trying to embarrass the hell out of their children, right?
Yeah. Oh no, no, dude. That doesn't mean that they have children. Their children could be grown, and then
Oh,
they decided. Listen, listen, listen. Don't come a knocking if the bedroom is rocking. Whatever you want to say.
oh man, I I just feel like this would be a pretty good prank to pull if you could get some like wild stuff put onto farmhouse signs and just sneak them into some of your more like stereotypically decored friends' homes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, live, laugh, love sign. It's just like live, laugh, leftism in your most conservative
Oh my
friend's house or
God,
something like
bro.
that. Like
Yes.
that'd be a funny thing to like sneak that in. So is that part of me just wonders if it's a prank that ended up getting included in the sale of their home. But if it's really these people and they just like want to understatedly and classically let anybody that's interested in their home know what that room is used for, then more power to them, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, bro. What's the problem with you being grown and sexy and saying, "Listen, we are going to live our life and, and do the Pound Town thing."
Welcome to Poundtown. All right, can we just please move on to the next topic?
All right. All right, the next thing up, we have what is it? Oh, okay. So TikTok has blessed us with this. So this lady was trying to make a TikTok, and then this happened. So now that all by itself is funny, but then
For
when
for our audio listeners, it's just a girl looks like she's about 20 years old standing up to show the internet her outfit and putting the middle of her like kidney area into an ornate bedpost right on the corner.
yes, bro, and it did not
We've
go
all been
well
there.
at all. Yeah, yeah, bro. She absolutely wrecked herself. She wrecked herself. And yeah. So, and here is some of the immediate adaptations that happened on the immediate adaptations. Here are a couple of them.
Ooh, listen, baby, ain't no mountain, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Everybody chicken and we're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive.
Bro, when Ralph sent me this, I almost fainted. This was absolutely hilarious. I was like, bro, there's no way that like this was hilarious to me. I thought that this was, oh my god, this was one of the best moments on the internet of the year. I thought that this was fan freaking tastic, dude.
I kind of felt bad for her. She's just trying to show her outfit off, and now that video has been viewed. That just the video of her getting hurt, just the video of her getting hurt has been viewed 10 million times, and that's not counting all of the views on the adaptations of the different videos on TikTok. One of the adaptations of the musical adaptations has 2 million views alone. Spread out, this is probably going to be watched. I mean, we caught it on Twitter. We didn't even catch it on TikTok. We caught it on Twitter, where there were already hundreds of thousands of views of these videos. We're talking like 50 million plus people are going to see this 20-year-old back into a bedpost, and then everybody. This is like the ice bucket challenge. Jordan, I've never seen
Yes.
so many people get in on the same thing, and it's like good whole nature. Like I sometimes I get on TikTok and it's too much. This is the thing that I'm proud. I'm proud of people figuring out ways to use the internet that you can laugh without feeling. I don't know, some TikTok. So TikTok to me is like 30% conspiracy theories, 30% uh, inappropriate dancing by girls under the age of 25, which makes me sound like an old man. I don't care. That's like
It's
what that app is. And then like 40% useful fun stuff.
mm,
You gotta wade through a lot of dumb shit to get to the useful stuff on
yes,
TikTok. And this was worth all of the waiting. Uh, this video is the funniest thing. I highly recommend. If you don't have TikTok, you don't want to download it. That's fine. Just search out bedpost video on Twitter. You'll find it. We'll retweet it from the Reister Pod Twitter account. It's too good.
yes, yes, dude. It is absolutely amazing. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Could not love it any more than what I love it right now. All right, final thing up. Final thing up. This happened as well. Oh, where is it? Here it is. So I know that song. This is on an airplane, Ralph. So I'm going to react to this like normal people without any context, without any knowledge, and just pulverize the internet with my genius takes, right?
Mhm.
So I believe, right? I believe that this is a case of that this is wrong. People should not be on the airplane doing praise and worship. And I like to consider myself a very Christian person, right? Very Christian.
Okay.
But you can't do this because some people like rock praise music. Some people like, shout, tap dancing. Hey, 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 catching the Holy Ghost. Some people want to listen to Kirk Franklin, and some people want to listen to elevation worship. Some people want to listen to Lecrae. Some people want to listen to DC Talk. So you can't just automatically think that this is okay. I am 100% out on this. And then I do think that we have to be respectful. They should have taken a poll on the plane and asked, is everybody okay with praise and worship music? So that's my reaction as a very Christian man to that. Because what if I'm tired? What if I want to catch some Z's on the plane? What if I'm all in on praise and worship, just not right now?
Oh man. So the some of the background on this particular um, flight is this is obviously like a group of people that know each other. Um, the man who was playing the guitar, his name's Jonathan Neo. He, I don't know if this flight was um, a missionary flight or what, but he was on his way to a Polish border town to help out Ukrainian refugees. I don't know if this was this flight or around that time, but like, so it sounds like it's religious young people on a religious trip, um, feeling like praising the Lord on a plane. And that in and of itself, there's nothing wrong with wanting that. But if it was an improv group, George, or it was somebody who got up and wanted to do stand up comedy, or it was an Abbott and Costello routine, either way, it's not super considerate to other people's travel
Correct.
experiences. And I say this as the husband of a professional worship leader, the son in law of a professional worship leader. I have most of my friend group before I got into covering sports were all in professional ministry in some way, many of which were musicians. Um, I say all that to say this: don't do that. don't just don't get up on a plane um and 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 do something that is going to confuse people for the content because you know, it's one thing if you're just like, man, I'm really feeling led by the Holy Spirit right now to join my friends in song on this flight to praise the creator of the universe. It's another thing to be like, yo, this is going to bang on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that part makes me super uncomfortable. Just doing it anyway. Just be considerate of other people around you. A lot of people have made this into like it's an attack on Christianity to say
Oh
that this
my
was
God.
bad
No,
because
bro. You
the Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was like, I wonder if we had like a Muslim prayer group break out on a plane, what would happen? And people like she's attacking Christianity, and I was like, I think actually she's making a pretty salient point on the fact that that plane would have been landed immediately.
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. They would they would have took that plane and been like, nope. Nope. Sorry.
There was a couple of guys in that video that you showed that like looked like they were in hell. Like they
Oh yeah.
really were not enjoying the musical experience.
Oh yeah, not at all. But you guys, that is Reister or Wrong for today. I'm George Reister. He's Ralph Amsden. Peace out. Catch you guys later.